we are still here, meaning no storm can stop us from expressing our sentiments. And it's still nice to be here in the abundant city in Mindanao, where the Durian Dome of the Philippines lies here, Madayao, Davao. Thank you for joining us today for a dialogue with the Department of Energy and a press conference together with PhilReca and the 121 electric cooperatives in the entire Philippines. We are gathered here for a very important engagement, and that is to find joint solutions to some pressing issues affecting us being electric consumers and as member consumer owners of our electric cooperatives. My name is Romney Cabaron of Cotabato Electric Cooperative Incorporated, and I am your host for today. So to start, I request everyone to please stand for the invocation to be followed immediately by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Nagpapasalamat kami sa kinabuhing gihatag ka namo, sa kalipay na among gipati, sa among pag-ampo Ginoo tungga kami. Salamat, salamat Ginoo, walay sukot imong kaayo. Salamat, salamat Ginoo, walay sukot imong kaayo. Walay pagmahay Ginoo sa among pagsalig kanimo, ang kalipay ug among kasakit gihalad kanimo, Ginoo dawata kami. Salamat, salamat Ginoo, walay sukod imong kaayo. Salamat, salamat Ginoo, walay sukod imong kaayo. Salamat, salamat Ginoo, walay sukod imong kaayo. Salamat, salamat Ginoo, walay sukod imong kaayo.
Thank you. You may now take your seat. So once again, good morning and welcome to the dialogue with the Department of Energy Secretary Alfonso Gaba Cusi here at Grand Regal Hotel, Lanang, Davao City. This event is facilitated by the Philippine Rural Electric Cooperatives Association, PhilReca, all electric cooperatives in the entire Philippines, and its allied organizations purposely to present the issues concerning the existence and sustainability of the electric cooperatives. But before we proceed further, let us first acknowledge our guests and our friends, of course, from the media, who heard us and responded to our invitation to cover this important event. So, and of course, we have our panelists which will be introduced later. And also, now please stand if matawag, of course, ang ating mga general managers from different electric cooperatives. Yan, palakpakan natin ang ating mga general managers present today. We also have with us the board of directors mula sa iba't ibang mga electric cooperatives. Palakpakan din po natin. Yan. Yan, thank you po sa lahat. And lahat pa ng workers ng rural electrification. Yan, maraming thank you. Ating mga media friends, na-acknowledge natin sila. We have from TCTV, Mati. We have Sir Silverio Raki and Glenn Seblas. Hello po, good morning. From DXDA Radyo Agusan, we have Ranelo Boy Abad. Hello sir, good morning. From 96.1 Infinite FM, we have Domsi Ramos. Hello ma'am, good morning. From Radyo Astig, we have Kid Libunaw. Okay, hello sir. From Mindanao Times, a writer, Reg Roquilio. Hello ma'am. From Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation, DXND Kinapawan, we have Mark Anthony Taiko. Hello. And from Super Radio DXGM, Cyril Chavez. Hello, welcome sa ating mga media friends sa event natin ngayong araw. Okay, so at this point in time, let us hear a message from one of the supporters of the Rural Electrification Program who strongly supports the advocacies of all electric cooperatives, especially the achievement and realization of total rural electrification and protection of all member consumer owners. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Director Rodrigo Sacidor, the NSECO Chairman, the National Center for Electric Cooperative Consumer Owners. A round of applause, please.
Hello. Mayong buntag sa tanan. Labi na sa itong mga partners sa media, mga general managers, mga board directors, mga empleyado sa different electric cooperatives sa Mindanao. Napot tayo bisita ikan sa Luzon, si Presley, si Ranjanin, sa taga-Pilpico, sa public. Akong Osbon, mayong buntag. March 19 is the set date for the dialogue between PhilReca and Department DOE Secretary Alfonso Gaba Cusi. Na-agree ang INSECO na ako ang nag-represent sa 23,000 organized chapter all over the Philippines, Luzon and Visayas, Mindanao, para maminaw sa dialogue na di-call sa atong NIA Administrator for a peaceful dialogue between PhilReca and DOE, pero wala ka man siya ata nabot ang taga-DOE, basta mabutin ng taon. Kaya gusto na maminaw para ma-resolve ang issues and concerns na apektado kayo ang mga member consumer owners. Kung sa mga ang misunderstanding between the DOE and the electric cooperatives, ang apektahan na kami yung mga member consumer owners. Kami yung mga yano kayo ng mga member konsumante sa atong programa sa electrification. Kaya ba po ko kung sa'y mga misunderstanding, kaya nangutana mo ko sa naghanan, sabi na sa leadership sa PhilReca, unang-una din namin nga pangitabo, katong usa ka hearing sa Congress na dunay budget cut ang gihimo ang atong DOE Secretary nga 635 million para sa rural electrification. O kana dabo kay nasa kadaot kung mag-isgot budget cut para sa kuryente, kay usa na sa nakita nga sumpak na sa polisiya sa atong presidente for total electrification. Ikaduha po, akong nabalan nga doon na po'y kursunada kayo si Secretary Cusi na mag-endorso sa solar ng bayan na tagaan og super mega franchise na dito na si super mega franchise sa tibuok Pilipinas. Doon na may franchise ang electric cooperative sa tagsa ka lugar sa tibuok Pilipinas. O doon na po siya gihimo nga endorsement para i-revoke ang 17 electric cooperative kay Sisteker Arroyo. Naunta dili man niya gahom nga mag-endorso magpa-revoke sa mga electric sa franchise electric cooperative. So, na-monitor sa insiko nga ang himo sa atong secretary, prangka-prangka ng istorya, parang murag di siya pabor sa electric cooperative. Nabasa nga ko sa newspaper, naduog na ko sa mga social media na against sa electric cooperative. Kung ang kita nga, he is for privatization, pro-privatization. Mga murabag, na-feel na mo sa insiko, nga wala yata day, wala niya matangawin ang 50 na katuig na pag-alagad, pagkatiman sa electric cooperative sa dito sa Pilipinas. O kani, ang munisipyo, barangay, probinsya, gawa sa city electrification, kumplito na siya nga nag-verify sa electric cooperative. Pero wala ganyan tayo patagad, wala kung yung patagad, ang mga private corporation, yung mga dagko ng mga korporasyon. So akong nibala nga ang FINRECA, nagpadala ko, nagbuhat ng resolution declaring Cusi as personal ng data and for his immediate resignation. O ang Chico, we are also strongly calling the electric cooperatives, especially the 23 chapters organized for a signature campaign supporting the call of FINRECA, declaring Secretary Cusi as personal non grata and for his resignation. Ano man kay dako kay kadaot ang himo damage nga himo ni Cusi sa electric cooperative nga apektado ang mga miyembro konsumante. Usa na pagwala sa budget, unsa may kanang luoy na kay mga tao katawang sa Pilipinas nga wala ay kuryente pa hangtod karon. So, INSICO is really supporting the call for that declaration and for his immediate resignation. I hope naanta ang atong secretary today para at least makamit ang FINRECA leadership, ang electric cooperative o ang secretary para mawala ng misunderstanding, mga kusot, tungod alang sa katawan sa tibuok Pilipinas, labi na ang mga pobre nga mayano kayo nila pagkurente. So, muna ang stand sa INSICO, o I hope nga masabtan ninyo nga nung nakasabot po ko nga nung nagpatawag ko dialogue ang FINRECA because of the call of our NIA administrator for a peaceful dialogue between DOE and the FINRECA leadership. May buntag ko masab.
Alright, so thank you so much to Director Rodrigo Sacidor, the NSECO Chairman. So still we are here at the Grand Regal Hotel in Davao City for the dialogue with the DOE Secretary Alfonso Gaba Cusi. Okay? So now it's time to meet our panelists. Okay? So, and to introduce them, our panelists for today, let's welcome Sir Francis Torres, the AMAFI Vice President or the Area Managers Association of the Philippines. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our partners in the Rural Electrification Program. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Good morning, mayong buntag at isang malamig na umaga sa ating mga kaibigan dito. And welcome once again to the dialogue with the DOE Secretary Alfonso G. Cusi. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you our beautiful and handsome panelists here today with us. And starting off with the President of the Philippine Association of Board of Directors of Electric Cooperatives in Luzon, we have, let us all give a round of applause to Ma'am Eva Antiporda. Thank you. We have here also the Chairman of the NAGMEC Region 11 and at the same time the General Manager of the Davao del Sur Electric Cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Engineer Godefredo N. Guya. We have here also, ladies and gentlemen, today joining us, the President of the Association of Mindanao Rural Electric Cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ms. Corazon V. Colliantes. With us also today, ladies and gentlemen, the General Manager of the PhilReca and at the same time, the Executive Director. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Attorney Janine D. Kulingan. And of course, we have the Board President of the Agosa Norte Electric Cooperative, none other than Sir Noli Namukatkat. Sir. We have with us also the President of the PhilReca and the President of the Northeastern Luzon Electric Cooperatives Association, or the NELECA. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a round of applause to President Presley C. De Jesus. And we have here also today, ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman of the National Center for Electric Cooperative Consumer Owners, or NCECO, and the Senior Vice President of PhilReca and the Board President of DASURECO. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Sir Rodrigo B. Sacidor. And we have also on stage the Director of the Philippine Federation of Electric Cooperatives. We have Sir Lupito Lloyd Valdez. We have here also downstage, ladies and gentlemen, joining our panelists, we have the PhilAIM President, or the Philippine Association of Institutional Managers of Electric Cooperatives. We have Ma'am Edna P. Biango. At the same time, the Area Manager Association of the Philippines of Electric Cooperatives President, we have Ms. Mary Ann P. Morales. And then we have here also the General Manager of Camiguin Electric Cooperative, Camelco, we have here GM Adrian A. Mcas. Joining them also, ladies and gentlemen, the Association of Department Managers of Electric Cooperatives President, we have here Sir Danny Canastra. And the President of the League of Easy Information and Communication Officers nationwide, Mr. Jonathan Leysa. We would like also to request if we have here representative from the Department of Energy in this hall. Anybody from the Department of Energy, if andito po. We would like to call in if we have a representative here to please also be here in front to be part of our panelists. Wala po ba? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our panelists this morning.
Thank you so much, Sir Francis Torres, the AMAPI Vice President. So our panelists has been introduced and they are now ready to take questions from our press, some media. But before that, we also would like to acknowledge the presence, now our friends from the media, from the BTV. We have DJ Lagan. And, okay. We have Sir Randy Acedilia, also from PTV, and Sir Arnel Rebaila from PTV. Good morning and welcome here at the Grand Regal Hotel. So they're now ready to answer. So before that, let's welcome our moderator, Ms. Edna Janko LLB. And also before we proceed to the conference proper, she will first present the guidelines of this dialogue and conference. Ma'am?
Sa mahayag nga kabuntagon bisan pa man og gaulan, no? Anybody who cannot understand Bisaya, maybe only Ma'am Janine and Sir Presley. Okay. Anyway, for our friends in media, we would like to encourage you to speak in our dialect, no? Well, if you are more comfortable speaking in Tagalog or English, you may do so, no? But we will be more passionate if we'll be speaking in Bisaya, right? We can more or less express ourselves. Our warmest welcome also to our partners in the rural electrification program, the movement of the rural electrification program. Actually, we prepared two scenarios. One is that we really pray that our Department of Energy Secretary will be joining us because this activity is precisely, purposely made for him, no? So that more or less we can mend our relationship, no, with the Department of Secretary. Department of Energy as an institution. Why? Because being the government agency tasked really to also help the electric cooperatives, the task of the national government for the total electrification. So that's why we prepared the scenario. But the show must go on. So with or without his presence, no, we really have to proceed with our activity. So that's why we also prepared for the scenario number 2. No? So we have the scenario number 1, if moabot siya. So, nani atong plastada, no? Kung dili siya moabot and naana pa din hitanan, we still have to proceed. Why? Because we want to convey to the whole world, not only for the people in Mindanao and to the Philippines, our pure intent also to join with the national government for the total electrification program. We are not doing this for our individual interest, no, but really for the interest of the movement for the rural electrification. So, before we proceed or present to you the issue, no, later on the House rules, no. So we would like to encourage our partners in media, no, kay ako KBB masad ko. I also trained as a journalist. I graduated sa Xavier, no, sa Cagayan. But like you, I'm also a journalism graduate, no. So that's why mabati na ko unsa pod ang inyong passion really in communicating with the public, no. So we will be presenting 3 major issues, but out of the 3 major issues, we can have related issues and concerns, no? Meaning, we will be talking about issues and concerns that would more or less answer our very intent of really mending our relationship with the Department of Energy, no? There may be other issues nga naa sa atong mga kasing-kasing karon nga gusto nato ipadangat dinhi. Well, we will ask our panelists, no, kung pwede ba nato matubag, no. Ang importante is that we will be more focused on the issue presented here. Okay? So, let's roll the AVP. Is that already the AVP? Katong video? Wala pa. Okay. We actually prepared 3 major issues, no? First, we have the budget cut, no, for the electrification program. So muraog dito kini nagsugod, no, kay nagtuo kita, no, muraog kana bang singa ani, murag lahi tag understanding sa program of rural electrification program, no. So according to COSI, kini ang walang gining verbatim, no. So cooperatives have the money or enough profit from their operations to implement missionary electrification program. On top of refusal to restore the budget cut, despite offers of help from the legislators, no, Secretary Cusi even threatened the electric cooperatives that he will allow private for-profit corporation to take over electric cooperative franchise if they don't do their job. So let's see the AVP.
But it wouldn't hurt, Mr. Secretary, if we restored the budget cut, right? Kasi parang you're telling us you don't need the restoration. Because if you don't need the restoration, you just tell us. Because I'm here actually to help you. If you tell me that you want it restored, then I will work to have it restored. But if you tell me you don't want it, then ba't pa ako nagsasalita dito?
We just have our submission, we just request that it has gone through the review, and we don't really require it to increase it. What we need is that we just have to work within that budget that has been approved by us, the President's budget, Your Honor.
Now, because I'm coming from the point of view that the President wants full, complete electrification of our sitios before his term ends in 2022. Isn't that correct?
Your Honor, we are working on that, and in fact, we are trying to make it shorter. And as I have said, whatever budget that has been approved by us, by the President, we will work on it. And in the event, that's why what I've said earlier is that it's not just on appropriation, but the cooperatives must do their job. We cannot depend on just on appropriation, Your Honor. We will find ways to make sure that the cooperative, they have the money to do their task of energizing their franchise area. Otherwise, we will require somebody else to do it, to do the job, Your Honor.
Okay? Okay, for the second issue, okay, that's just a bit of part and parcel of during the Committee on Appropriation hearing, no? I was also there during sa pagplastar adto, no? So, second issue that we would like to inform our partners in media is that the endorsement of solar power para sa Bayan Corporation, no? So, COSI backs the franchise for the solar para sa Bayan Corporation, no? Okay. So, basahon ta lang, no? Verbatim lang nato nga gikuha po gikan sa DOE. I want this to be very clear. The solar para sa Bayan franchise that is being filed, to me, that is a positive disruptive activity. DOE position is we rethink our mindset about co-ops. We cannot let Filipinos wait forever. There are efficient cooperatives. There are inefficient cooperatives. Are we going to allow Filipinos to suffer because of inefficient cooperatives? I don't think that is right. Okay, so yan ang Committee on Public Services joined with the Committee on Energy, no? So solar para sa Bayan Corporation. It's a House Bill 8179. It is an act granting the Solar para sa Bayan Corporation a franchise to construct, install, establish, operate, and maintain distributable power technologies and mini-grid systems throughout the Philippines to improve access to sustainable energy. No? So, that's it. So, it's a mega franchise granted to the Solar para sa Bayan. Later on, no, I know deep in your heart, you are now questioning, so what's wrong with solar? And later on, we will entertain. No? Okay, next. This is also the comments from the Committee on Energy Chairperson, no, from the Senate, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. So, we would like to quote, no? Thank you, Lien. Lien is Leandro. He is actually the president of the Solar para sa Bayan, the son of Lauren Ligarda. This is actually where the disconnect is. I think the original intention is to help the government reach the 100% electrification by 2022 by going into the underserved and served areas. But if you go back to the example of Tangub, which is not within the underserved and served areas, this is where the disconnect comes in. Because then you don't, by going into Tangub, you are not actually in sync with the 100 electrification program by 2022 of the government. You are actually going into this area because of pricing issue. And while I really admire the intention of helping the people of Tangub lower down the electricity rates, but it's not within the intention of your bill, all as well as the intention that you've disclosed that solar para sa bayan is only going to go into unserved and unserved areas. And this is where the whole resistance is coming in. So, Do you get the picture now? Okay. So this is just one of the evidence that we want to prove that it's not entirely 100% support from those who signed, but there are few reservations. Okay. Next. Number 3 issue, which we think is that really adds fuel, no, to the plight and the journey of the electric cooperatives or the rural electrification program, is the recommendation for the cancellation of the electric cooperative franchise. We thought that it was only a wave, the first wave na katulitang i-announce na paon ang Samal Island, binigya sa i-auction, carve out, because electric cooperatives, rural naman mo, no? Rural electric service, rural gani, why are you operating in the city? No? So kana. So we thought it's just only a carve out of those who are viable areas like the El Nido, no? Bohol, Puerto Galera, Samal, kay popular man ka sa inyo. So Samal now is being served by the NECO. It is electric cooperative serving Samal, no? So, karon gusto na i-carve out. We thought kadto lang. Dili man di ay. 15 man ka bara, 17 man ka electric cooperatives ang i-disenfranchise. No? What is more painful is that he being the one sitting at the Board of Administrator, no, sa NEA, as chairman of the Board of Administrator, wala lang man gani gikonsulta ang ganing mga DANECO. Do we have representative here from DANECO? Konsulta mo, sir? Nga kansilar na inyong prangkisa? No? So, kana lugar, no, that really adds the sentiments of the electric cooperatives. Nga naman di ay, inana nagid kay taka worst gid ay, or inana nagid kay taka gagmay, no? So, muning this city ka mga electric cooperatives recommended for the cancellation of the franchise. No? So, muna nga, we would like to throw this back to the media people, our partners in disseminating the informations. Do we think we actually get justice in here? No, we've been serving, like Moresco, we've been serving for 50 years as a pioneer grid electric cooperatives, no? Pero, di konsulta ba tayo eh? Na-appreciate pa po ka nga nakapanuga na sa 100% barangays. No? So, kana may istoryahan na to karon. Those are the issues, no? Mga nakita namo nga mga major issues lugar nga that really prompted the electric cooperatives as being the leaders of our member consumer owners in the countryside and the entire country, no? Kay kita magina kabalo ani, kita po nagitahasan nga magtutok ani. The member consumers mo na sila ang ato ang kita sa ilata mag-disseminate sa information, no? So muna that really prompted us nga inani ato ma-action karon, no? To the point of announcing and proclaiming, no, our Honorable Secretary Persona Nandrata, person not appreciated in our cause, no, sa atong kausa sa pagpaduga sa kinatibuk-an. Nang that really prompted the electric cooperatives to declare him Persona Nandrata, not because we have personal grudges with the department secretary, kay gwapo siya, no? No. Ay sa wala pa ka, sir. Ako pa. Ana, no? Kay serious mo kay mo. No? You want to lighten the mood kay murag serious kitang issue karon. That is why nagpreparar gid kami niini, no, bibintas also by Pilreca. Because we know that this is a sensitive issue. It might break or make us, no, in the end. That's why klaro sa amo after this dialogue kung unsa man gani scenario 1, scenario 2, what is it that we want to achieve and we can move forward. No, manang we want you media to help us. Because ibintag also as bias, amo lang points of view. Now we are inviting you. We give time. We prepared for this, no? People coming from Luzon and all, nag-anita din nagtipok ta, uban may tulog, uban nga GMA, alas 4 pa ko ba, ugig tulog. Ang lagi lugar kayo, no? Because we also want to resolve this issue, no? So, at least naamo, no, our partners in the media. Okay, so, house rules, no? Kay kaganina, nagstorya ta, para sad nga plastada po ang atong pagpangutana, o dili mo makaingon nga, o mo ko gi-entertain kay basin og kuan ko dinhi nga na-spy ko dinhi sa Department of Energy. Di ko gipatingog, no? So, diyog katanan, o nilang, pag niyog nato, we should be accountable also of the words that we are actually throwing back to the body. No, dili pwede nga, we will be defaming or you will be out of context mangutana ka and you will go and scotch or and wala kay responsibilidad sa mga pulong atong gibuhian, no? So we will hold accountable sa tanan atong ipangistorya. So that's why we have the house rules. Rule 1, no? So manang nagpresenta sa mga issue. Ikaduha, under the assumption na kung naalang unta si DOE karon, no? So katong atong gipang-comment, gipang-present ito nga mga issue, i-comment unta to ni Kutrika, mo-comment si Kutrika, tubag dayon si Department of Energy. No? So, i-rejoin balik ni Kutrika, tubag ni DOE, no? Mo-final comment din si DOE, hay din ta sa floor na dayon, may entertain. Wala man. So, diretso ta karon sa floor, no? So, we will be entertaining questions from the media, no? And maybe GMs from various electric cooperatives, no? If kung naay mga tubag ang atong mga panelists, you can add, no? Kung nakita ninyo nga mas masabdan pa sa ato ang mga okay. I'm sorry. I have committed a mortal sin. I really have to speak in English or in Tagalog because naka-live streaming ta. So, kindly speak in Tagalog. I'm sorry, Luzon, no, for naka-live streaming man talaga tayo ngayon. My Tagalog is for you, so I'll be forced to really speak in English. So, kaya natin ito sa Davao. So, when you be asking throwing questions, no, please in the form of English or Tagalog. Okay, so, for questions, no, from our friends from media, no, so we will be prioritizing your questions, no, yung questions coming from the electric cooperatives, that will be later because we understand that we have the same cause of action, that's why you're here, no, so there will be no doubt, Ana, under the presumption that namo, no, because we are one in this movement. So we will be more entertaining questions from the media, no, so please, when you raise your questions, no, please focus first sa ating issue na inilahad dito. Wow. Inilahad dito na mga issue, no? And then present your name and the organization that you are representing. And one question, one follow-up, no? And for conduct and becoming, you shall be escorted outside, no? So because if we can no longer control you, no, we have the discretion to escort you outside. Okay, so let's start the ball rolling. No, we will now be entertaining questions. You may throw, if you want somebody to really particularly answer your questions, you'll just address those kanilang mga nameplate. Okay, now the floor is open for questions. State your name and the agency that you are representing.
Check. Okay. Good morning. I am Rocky Silverio from Trinity Cable TV in Mati. Like to ask my question to Sir Sasidor. Sir, you made mention in your remarks kanina, there was budget cut doon sa mga electric cooperatives. I know it is significant. I would like to know how significant it is doon po sa operation ng electric cooperatives, particularly doon po sa pagbibigay natin ng ilaw doon sa mga barangays.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that very nice and very nice question. Alam naman natin na nakita natin sa video na talagang maski anong sabi ni Nograles na kung i-restore ni Cusi yung budget, he will restore it immediately. Kasi nakita ng mga lawmakers na kung walang budget ang NIA for total electrification as the policy of PRDD, malaki ang significant na mangyari sa kanayunan ng mga electric cooperative. Wala tayong budget. Paano yung mga request ng mga kapitan? Paano yung mga request ng mga mayors? Paano yung mga request ng mga congressman namin? Paano yung request ng mga sangguniang bayan na yung mga kanayunan, yung mga sityo na wala pang ilaw, na nangailangan yung mga tao doon, maski anong tribo nila kailangan ng ilaw, wala na kaming maibigay ng mga electric cooperatives. Kasi alam natin na ang gobyerno talaga ang dapat mayroong malaking role para sa electrification. Kasi yung mga co-op, construct and profit, we are just an implementing arm of the government for city electrification. Kung ngayon wala nang budget para sa city electrification sa Davao del Sur nga, sa amin, Dami pang mga sitios na walang ilaw. Ano na mangyari? Kawawa naman yung mga tao doon na wala pang ilaw. Because para sa amin, ang electricity is not a basic need for us Filipinos kasi kailangan nila. Saka marami din mga, lalo na sa mga Balaan Tribe, sa Manitibo, malayo na yung lugar na gusto namin pailawan, pero wala kaming budget kasi non-stop non-profit kami. At saka hindi rin unawaan ni Cusi na ang PD 269, this electric cooperative was being created by the government. Hindi katulad ng ibang cooperative na, o tayo, tapok-tapok tayo, mag-elect tayo ng presidente, vice president. Tayo ang gumawa, tayo ang organize ng electric cooperative. Pero itong electric, ng isang kooperatiba. Pero itong electric cooperative, this was organized by the government itself to help electricity. Yun ang konsepsyon ni President Marcos. Yun ang kabright ni President Marcos. Gusto niya ang ilaw sa kanayunan, gusto niya ang ilaw ng gusto niya ng electricity. Anong ginagawa ni Marcos? Uulitin ko. He organized electric cooperative. Kaya nga sa lahat ng Pilipinas, mayroong Ganico, mayroong Durico, mayroong Litico, mayroong Isabela. Lahat-lahat na para makatulong ang electric cooperative sa electrification. Created kami ng gobyerno. Non-stop non-profit. So dapat din, mayroong budget ng gobyerno para sa pag-implement ng electric cooperative. So anong ginagawa ni Cusi? 635 million ang kanyang budget cut. So 635 million, malaking tulong na yan. Malaki na yung impact, malaking significant para sa electrification. Hindi na 635 million. Pagdating sa Senate, meron ng budget cut na 300 million. 355 million, I think. So ano nang magawa? Ano nang magawa ng electric cooperative? We are non-stock non-profit electric cooperative as created by the government. Ngayon, sabi ng gobyerno, o kayo nang bahala mag-electrify, kayo nang bahala. Ano bang klaseng gobyerno yan?
Okay, thank you very much,
Impact
Pres.
sa electrification.
Okay, I think we have a follow-up answer also from our PhilReca President.
Yeah, okay. In addition to that, actually, as the pronouncement of Secretary Cusi, that the electric co-ops ay mayaman na. We have to use our budget. Non-stock non-profit ng electric co-op, how can we be rich? So the government is supposed to give the budget for that. So mali, I think Secretary Cusi is not well informed when it comes to the setup of the electric cooperative. We are non-stock non-profit.
Thank you very much, Pres. Did we answer your question, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'll just have to reserve some of my questions for the
Later
second
on.
round. But my follow-up is this. Sir, anybody siguro, no? Do you feel being betrayed by the DOE, yung government mismo, na nagbigay sa inyo ng authority to serve the kabarangayan, and then here we comes the government, parang, di ba, parang hindi kayo nasusuportahan by your cause?
Yes, that's a correct statement. Hindi lang kami. Feeling din namin, ang call ng ating presidente is total electrification. So para bang si Cusi din, anong ginagawa niya sa gobyerno kay President Duterte? Hindi niya sinusunod ang utos ni President Duterte na for electrification, for the budget cut. For the budget cut. Tapos sinasabi pa niya na, so if we are betrayed, na-betray din niya yung presidente. In that manner, kasi directly involved ang mga kanayunan na wala pang ilaw hanggang ngayon, na nangailangan talaga ng ilaw. So in the sense, merong betrayal between the two cooperatives and directly to the President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I think we have a follow-up also, clarifications from the panelists. We have President of Caraga Region, Engineer Noli Namugatkat.
My Buntag, but by virtue of the franchise agreement of the electric cooperative has the sole responsibility and obligation to include in its coverage area even all those missionary areas for electrification. So if budget is being cut, then we feel being betrayed by our mandate. This is supposedly our mandate. Probably there may be some hidden agenda why Cusi is doing it, or he simply doesn't understand his role as the father of the electrification program. Since one. Same exception. No pang umpisa. Electric cooperatives are totally reliant on government funds for repair, upgrade, rehabilitation, and expansion. So in order to relieve the electric cooperatives from the burden of repaying those loans which we are forced to contract, it started in 1990 as subsidy capital for electric cooperative for barangay electrification, and it continues go on for secure electrification. In other words, the driver of our expansion is the fund from the government, rather than using our earning from urban core to cross-subsidize missionary areas. In other words, without government fund, rural electrification will be restricted and slow down, and we cannot achieve the 100% total electrification of the country. That's it.
Okay. We would just like to rephrase. We would like to rephrase. No? Ang tanong po kanina, sir, is that are we feel betrayed because of this?
Definitely, we're not betrayed by the government, but we are betrayed by causing alone.
Any other follow-up answer? Yes, we have here the Executive Director of Philreca, Attorney Janine Colingan.
Actually, we're not only betrayed. We don't only felt betrayed, but we felt also that we are being bullied, none other than by our Secretary of DOE. Why? Because you see, the Rural Electrification Program is the program of the national government. The electric cooperatives were created being the implementers, a staunch partner of our national government. Similar to the road networks, to the irrigation, it is also true to rural electrification. It should be funded by the national government. Why should it be funded by the rural electric cooperatives? They are non-stop non-profit as mentioned a while back. Kung wala hong profit ang electric cooperative, saan ho natin kukunin ang pondo? Ang pagpupondo po or pagpapailaw ng kanayunan, milyon ho ang gagastusin natin para pailawan ang isang sityo. It will take 50 years to recuperate the expenses to electrify only a single sityo. Bakit po? Dahil sa isang sityo, dalawang bahay lang ho yan. Napakahaba ho ng linya na gagastusin ng ating electric cooperative. Isipin na lang ho natin, saan ho kukuha ang ating electric cooperative? Ang electric cooperative regulated ho ang rates niyan. So if you would do that, it will also be the people who will be suffering through increase in rates. Kasi wala ho tayong ibang pagkukunan, kundi ho tayong mga member consumer owners. Tayo rin ho ang magpupondo. So why do we pay taxes? We pay taxes for our road network. Why should we not also take some of the taxes from the national government to fund the rural electrification program? This is why we say that we are being bullied. Sasabihin nila na kasalanan ng electric cooperative, bakit hindi tayo nakakapagpailaw 100%? That is not really true. The government, especially the DOE, is closing their eyes to the reality that the electric cooperatives are there as staunch partner. They should not be faulted for not having electrified the countryside 100%. And hindi ko natin masasabi na 100% ang electrification program. This is a moving target. Every now and then, marami hong sityo na nag-recreate. So, sasabihin ko natin total electrification but not really 100% electrification. At least almost total electrification, but we can never say 100% electrification.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rocky. That's quite a few questions.
There may be some confusion on the terminology on margin, because they probably think that electric cooperative is making margin. There may be some confusion for margin between retained earnings for self-financing, for expansion, for upgrade, and non-retained earnings for dividend. Wala tayo niyan. Meaning wala tayong non-retained earnings for dividend. There may be some confusion in the mind of Jose because he doesn't learn and he doesn't read.
Okay. Thank you very much. No? So again, no, we are non-stock non-profit. We are not allowed by law also to distribute.
Ma'am Moderator, can I add something?
Engineer Goyan.
Now, under the approved tariff of the electric cooperatives, you cannot find their charges for line expansion. Under the ERC guideline, approved tariff ng electric cooperative is distribution, supply, metering. The reinvestment fund for sustainable capex is not for line expansion. That is for debt servicing and minor repair and maintenance. of the distribution assets of the electric cooperative. And I think the Secretary is not knowledgeable of this. No? Hindi siya nag-aaral ng taripa natin. And one concrete example is that some of the sitios here in Davao City, si Dasurico po ang nagpo-construct ng line expansion dyan. Hindi yung local distribution utility funded by NEA. And my electric cooperative is the one doing the sitio electrification program in the coverage area of Davao City. In Davao Lake dito, may profit yun, bakit hindi siya nag-expand? And why the electric cooperative tinutulak ni Secretary na, oh, may pera na kayo. Kanya dapat ang magpunod. Now, may I request the Honorable Secretary to kindly aralin natin siguro yung taripa ng electric cooperative. Wala dyan sa taripa, sa charges, monthly charges, yung pundo para sa rural electrification. Wala dyan. And we are not allowed to charge our customer without the approval of BRC. That's all, Madam Moderator.
Thank you very much. We will now be entertaining. Can you reserve your further rejoinder to the answer later on? Maybe there may be some questions also from. We would like to solicit as much more questions from the media. Okay, so any questions? Yes. State your name, please, because we are covering this on Facebook.
Good morning. I am Kid Libunao from Radyo Astig and Action Radyo Davao. Makita natin na Cusi is absent. Iwan ko, natakot ba sa inyo? Kasi this is a dialogue, no, with the DOE Secretary, pero walang sumipot from Department of Energy. So I think we are here just to ask questions and observe. No? And also, as a media, we are avoiding to commit the fallacy of suppressing the facts. Kasi kayo lang marinig namin ang mga nasa panelists, pero wala naman sa Department of Energy. Ma'am, quick clarification. Cusi is well-informed on this dialogue? May invitation ba? May lahat ba na transparent itong dialogue na mangyayari ngayon?
Yes, sir. We actually invited Secretary Cusi through press release as early as March 6. We have press releases about this, and he acknowledged it through another press release. And we also have sent formal invitation yesterday to the through the office of the DOE about this call for dialogue between the EC Council of Leaders or the EC leaders and DOE po.
May response sila na magpunta o wala namang response?
Actually, doon ho sa kanyang press release, sabi niya, wala siyang formal invitation, but he is really aware, but there is no confirmation as of this time.
Okay, so nilinaw ko lang po. Now, question, anong susunod na hakbang ng mga electric co-ops na ito, aside from trade, aside from valid, so ano ngayon ang susunod? At saka ano pang termino na pwede nating malaman next or magkaroon pa ba ng dialogue?
Of course, the PhilReca, the Association of the 121 Electric Cooperatives, in coordination with all the allied organizations, are still open for any dialogue with the Secretary. But of course, we would want it in a neutral ground, of course. And of course, ipagpapatuloy pa rin ho ng ating mga electric cooperative to provide quality service. We will continue to educate, organize, and mobilize our MCOs to protect the rural electrification program and the gains of rural electrification.
Okay po. Last question po kasi limited tayo eh. Maliban na lang kung i-recognize pa kayo. Itong si Cusi, narinig namin yan, nabalita namin yan na nag-ask ng apology to the Speaker Arroyo. In fact, dapat doon siya maghingi ng forgiveness sa PhilReca. So ano ngayon ang gusto namin malaman, ano yung reaction ng mga electric co-ops? Bakit doon kay Speaker Arroyo? In fact, dapat doon siya makipag-usap sa mga electric co-ops.
Thank you, Mr. Kidd. Anybody?
Actually, there was, I think it's not an apology to the House Speaker. It was a retraction of the endorsement. And the electric cooperative has answered has provided answer to the action of the secretary. We felt betrayed even if he retracted his endorsement. Why? Because the damage has already been done. The electric cooperatives has been given negative perceptions. Masama na ang tingin ng iba sa mga electric cooperatives. And see, while there are electric cooperatives who are underperforming, there are a lot of electric cooperatives who are more performing. So bakit hindi nila nakikita ang mga nagawa na ng electric cooperatives for the past 50 years? Bakit mangilan-ilang electric cooperative lang ang hindi nagpa-perform? Because of so many reasons. Bakit yun ang nakita nila? Bakit hindi yan highlight ng ating secretary when he retracted his endorsement sa House Speaker, di ba? And then he still stated in the retractment letter na they still continue to do such actions against the electric cooperatives. It is not the mandate of DOE to do that. It is the mandate of NEA to check on the performance of electric cooperatives.
Okay, Mr. Kid, did we answer your questions? Any follow-up answers? We have here the president of Region 10 Association of General Managers, GM Pilimer of YLC2.
Good morning, everyone. I want to speak to all the leaders of the presidential table. First comment is that we're happy to be here despite the threat of cheating. No? We are sacrificing ourselves to travel 12 hours just to be here and to meet with Secretary Cusi because we want the problems to be fixed. No? So it seems that there is an added injury now despite the fact that there was a clear invitation as manifested by Janine that there was an invitation, but despite that, if Secretary Cusi is not available, he should send somebody from his satellite office from Davao, because I believe there is a satellite office here in Davao. That's why I can see there is an added injury with our purpose of this dialogue. And not only an insult to the electric cooperatives, this is an insult to all the participants to this, because we spent money from the member consumers just to fix this problem. Yes, I have said that there was a sort of an insult, in particular, the 13 million household connections of electric cooperatives. In relation to the issues raised against Secretary Cusi, for me it is very clear that there is a sort of bias. Bias in the sense that if we can recall, all electric cooperatives is being called for a consultative meeting at NIA sometime in 2018. The purpose of that dialogue or consultative meeting is to discuss or to prepare. The electric cooperatives are being required by Secretary Cusi to prepare the total electrification plan. The total electrification plan, that is the plan that requires electric cooperatives to do all the unserved areas, the unenergized CTUs, so that, as manifested by Secretary Cusi, he will be the one to provide for the funding.
Yes, the master plan.
So the master plan, as I have said, that is a mandate requiring all electric cooperatives so that we can make a plan on how this plan be materialized in relation to the flagship program of our President, that all CTUs be energized within the term of President Duterte. So all electric cooperatives during that time are very busy preparing for that plan. And in our case, for example, we are able to prepare more or less 21 CTUs with a budget of more or less 20 million. Now, upon submission of that plan, we expect that Secretary Cusi is true with his commitment that he will be the one to source for the subsidy of that project. But as manifested during the budget hearing, it is very clear that he is hesitant to accept, and he is rejecting the offer of the Congress to provide additional funds. So we can judge from that gesture, what is the direction of Secretary Cusi? Personally, I believe he is favoring some players. And maybe the submitted data from the electric cooperatives composing all unenergized CTUs is being used to capitalize the issue that the electric cooperatives are inefficient. This is the one being used to prove that we are inefficient, and all our accomplishment for the last 50 years is being forgotten. So that's why he is posing for the approval of the franchise of solar ng bayan, because of this data coming from electric cooperatives that there are unenergized CTUs. So meaning we are being killed by our own data. We are being killed by all our own data. That's why I can see that there is a need supposedly for this dialogue, but seems there is no representative coming from Secretary Cusi or the DOE. I believe we should take this one seriously. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you very much, GM Jimilo Pelimer. He is also the president of the General Managers Association of Region 10. He is the general manager also of Misamis Occidental Electric Cooperative. Yes, we have also a rejoinder answer from Saneco, Zamboanga Norte Electric Cooperative General Manager Adelmo Lapon.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, and good morning to the media. As I am not good in English, I am not good in Tagalog, I am not also so good in Visayan, but I can speak Capacano. Okay, ganito, I feel insulted kasi I just arrived this morning from the follow-up. It's a 12 to 13 hours. Sa ako, sa kanya kasi Susamis, sa akin di follow. Layo.
13 hours.
Yeah, 13, 14 hours. So, nung pagpunta ko dito, gusto ko talaga makita si Secretary Cusi. Aywan ko, bakit wala? Hindi ko alam bakit ganito. Pero we should be careful, bakit hindi siya tumalo. Not because that he is afraid, but maybe he is planning something. But, kung sa budget naman, para sa akin yung budget na dininayin niya, na kinat niya yung budget, he should remember na yung electric cooperative katulong sa gobyerno in collecting taxes. Saneco a monthly contribution to the taxes as collection is around 12.5 million. That's around 150 million a year. And ano na ibalik niyan from the budget natin sa total, sa GAA? Ilan lang? 40 million, 9 million, or 32 million. From the 150 million contribution or collection ng taxes ng isang electric cooperative. Sa NECO lang yan. Ano ba yung mga electric cooperative? I think sa Buanga, they have around mga 200 million taxes. Hindi pa nila nakabayan. So, yung ganitong nangyayari talaga. Para sa akin, isipin sana ni Cusi, kahit utiting lang,
na-respeto
sa mga electric cooperative as the partner of the government in collecting taxes. Bakit yung daan? Nagko-collect pa ng taxes yung daan? Ba't malaking budget? May pera dyan?
DPWH.
DPWH. Nakukusun, walay hawak. Okay. So, yung electric cooperative, mayroong pera yung gobyerno because we are the one collecting the taxes. Pag hindi tayo nakabayad ng taxes, will be garnished by BIR. This is just a comment. This is just a frustration on my part. Being siguro the president of RENECA, at the same time, president ng PISACOR, we're looking to help the government. Even though we are, non-stock, non-profit, but we are asked by the government to collect taxes for the copper of the government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, GM. GM Adelmo Lapon is the president of Region 9 Electric Cooperatives. And yes, Yes, also a rejoinder, sir, of the same questions. And
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am. I am Luisito is Gregorio of Davao Oriental, President of the Electric Cooperative. And I would like to rejoin with that with the saying of General Lapot that we are dismayed by the non-attendance of the Secretary Cusi this morning, because for me, under that CDRRMC pronouncement that Davao Oriental will be the will be the place where the seeding will landfall. Kaya alas 4 pa ang ano namin, ang start ng supposed to be biyahe, pero pinospone ko konti. Sabi ko sa driver ko, 1 hour lang. Kasi galit na si Mrs. Baka sabi niya, baka may ibang ano pupuntahan mo doon na mas importante kay sa akin. So, ang masyadong masakit sa akin is because this would be my last term in the electric cooperative. Now, nakalagat na lahat ang plano ng sitio electrification program of Davao Oriental Electric Cooperative. Anong nangyari? We have budgeted about 100 million for the total electrification of the entire Davao Oriental. And gagawin ko sana yun ng legacy for my being almost 25 years in the service of the electric cooperative since 1995 until now. Now, with the cut of the budget, we are only given 50% of that 100 million. So anong nangyari? Walang nangyari. Kasi we have only energized about 83%. Pero yung sinabi ni Ma'am Dalin kanina, araw-araw na mayroong sityo. Nagkikreate ng sityo yung ibang mga malapit dyan sa poblasyon. So maraming sityo. But when we submitted the number of sitios to the NIA Electrification Administrator, ang nasubmit namin, we have already lighted about 83% of the total sitios that we have submitted since the sitio electrification program started. But this time, kawawa naman yung programa na binigay sa atin nila. Tama yung sinabi ng mga previous speaker that it was, sinabi ni JM, na it was Secretary Cusi who have initiated the planning of the entire
Master plan.
Ma'am?
Master plan.
Master plan for the total electrification of the electric cooperative entire country by year 2022. Paano ngayon? Wala. It's because siguro di natin masisisi si Mr. Cusi first kasi araw-araw masyado nag-increase yung gasolina. Doon ang focus niya sa gasolina. So kaya siguro hindi na lang natin pakialaman si Secretary Cusi. We'll just ask the President for his intervention as regards to this particular matter. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, President Chito. At this point in time, we will now entertain more questions from our friends from media. Yes, from Mark. Okay.
Good morning po. Mark Anthony Taigo from Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation, Kidapawan City. Ano hong pinagkaiba nitong House Bill 8179 or itong solar para sa bayan kumpara sa mga electric cooperatives po natin? Anong, kumbaga dito kasi sa press release, may mga alarming features na nasulat dito. So anong pinagkaiba natin? Bumaba ba ito sa level ng mga electric cooperatives natin for public consultation even sa ating mga consumers? Kasi parang lumalabas na parang may special treatment doon sa taas para maipasa itong House Bill 8179.
Thank you very much, Mark. We are talking about House Bill number 8179, no? And then this one, it is about solar. Electric cooperatives are not against new innovations when it comes to
electricity, producing electricity. What we are, shall we say, arguing here is the process. The process of giving a franchise to the SPSB, which is owned by the president is Mr. Leandro Livesti. Look, our drive is total electrification. That is the drive also of our president. Now, we welcome everybody, but not like this. And why mega franchise all over the Philippines? When we have already franchises there, the electric cooperatives have franchises, and we do not stop the solar companies to build their plants in our franchise area. We're not against. What we're against is this one. There will be a monopoly. Monopoly because there are many producers of solar. And why to him only? And then this one, we are talking of regarding the master plan. No? Let's go back to the master plan. We're talking here of, in the master plan, there are areas there that are underserved, no? And very far places, like the island, something like that. Yes. But in this bill, you cannot find anything that talks about, that tells you about the unserved or underserved. This House bill. Okay. What he is talking about is the Tango. This is a city. Oh. And then, this one, this kind of bill, kills the competition, as I have said. Because there are other companies producing solar. But because of the monopoly now, if it will be given to him, look what will happen. All these companies, before they can go to a certain place, must go to Leandro to ask permission because he have that mega franchise. And then another one. No transparency and due process. There was no public consultation. And in one instance, in one hearing, we were there, but we were not allowed to talk. Yes. And when we talk, it is through another congressman. That is how we treated us there in the hearing, during the hearing of this one. And then, during the, shall we say, discussion there in the hearing, it was discovered that SPSP is not telling the truth because he said it is the least cost. First, it was only 2.5 cents per kilowatt. And then it increases to 3, and then it increases to 8 only. But later on, it increases to 16, 15, 16 per kilowatt. You see? But those who are present there, those who hear the case, were deaf. They do not see the evidence that we presented. That is why it went on to Senate. And there another, the dilemma of the electric cooperatives goes with it to the Senate. It's very hurting, it's very, shall we say, we felt dismayed by the actions of our first Secretary Cusi, because he endorsed it instead. Wala namang masama doon sa solar. Walang masama. Yung pamamaraan lang. At saka why mega franchise? Kung sa Tagalog, pabubot pa lang siya sa tungkol sa electrification, and he will claim for that mega. That is our stand when it comes to this bill. Thank you.
Before we'll entertain from media, we have a rejoinder from the panelists.
Sa tingin ko dyan, in my analysis, ang issue dyan is, ang question ko kay Cusi, bakit mabilis siya masyado mag-recommend kung ganito mga private capitalist na hihingi ng super mega franchise? Bakit ang bilis niyang mag-cut ng budget kung rural electrification? Bakit ang bilis niyang mag-recommend sa Congress for the revocation of franchise? Ano ba ang mindset niya? So sa tingin ko, dapat matanong natin si Cusi, bakit ganyan? Bakit ang bilis mo kung the other side of those capitalists? Pero sa mga electric cooperative, sabihin mo agad, inefficient ang mga electric cooperative. Ganito ang electric cooperative, walang magandang ginagawa. Kaya nga, dapat magkadayalo sa kanya para naman, kami mga electric cooperative will be recognized na marami naman kami ginagawa. Maraming namamatay sa electric cooperative. Pumunta kami ng bundok, pumunta kami ng tumatawid kami ng ilog, ng karagatan para maibigan namin yung ilaw doon. So yan ang tingin ko sa issue, in other analysis of the issue. Bakit ang bilis niya kung private companies ang mahina recommendation?
Okay. Thank you very much, no? Yan sana itanong natin, sir, kung nagpunta lang sana siya dito, no? And, yes, sir, sandali lang po, sir. Yan din sana itanong natin. That's why we actually, through also the endorsement and really the intervention of our NEA Administrator, Edgardo Masungsong, he actually asked the electric cooperative, please be open with dialogue, no? Because if si electric cooperative na lang talaga we go to the streets, no, and then make protests and make the campaign signature and all, no? But then we have this kind of forum para yung mga tanong ni President kaganina, isana once and for all masagot sana niya, di ba? Okay. I think we have another engineer also from Engineer na Makatkat.
The master plan that the DOE was acquiring was actually deceptive and suspicious. Very deceptive and very suspicious. The government's desire to achieve 100% electrification or total electrification of the country has brought now into focus the franchise policy issues. Meaning there may be a possibility of modification of and redefinition through the franchise area of the country. The entire country is being subdivided into 136 franchises. There are 121 electric cooperatives, 16 private distribution utilities, and there are also 3 municipal franchise area. In other words, the success of 100% electrification of the country hinges on the ability of these franchises to implement the program. In the part of the electric cooperative, we are very much willing to cooperate with the national government's goal to electrify the entire area. But as I have said before in previous statements, that we simply rely on government funds because we are not in the position to expand. We simply sit waiting for government to provide us the funds before we expand. The government and even DOE is not in the position to demand from us 100% electrification without support from the government. He is not in the position to do that. That we strictly adhere to our mandate. While our mandate says, according to our franchise agreement, that we are supposed to electrify the entire coverage area whether we like it or not, including the missionary electrification. But we fail to that aspect if the government cannot provide the funds. But we are also consistent because according to PD 269, it says specifically that electrification main grid, meaning connecting to the line, shall only be pursued provided that the financial feasibility of the public service entity's operation is not thereby impaired. Ano ba talaga, kuya? We will ask Jose, ano ba talaga, Jose? Kuya Jose, shall we go on with missionary electrification or shall we become financially viable? Meaning this is a dilemma. This is actually a basically dual divergent objectives and both objectives clash heads on. Ano ba talaga, kuya? But Jose doesn't seem to understand that. We have to fight. We have to fight it. We are very much willing to continue the program. Kaya ang ginawa niya, he's asking for the master plan in order to carve out our areas for potential invasion of private investors. Here's the catch. Private investors are not interested on unserved, non-viable areas. According to the study which was conducted by USAID, a market package has to be created. A market package has to be created. A market package that is comprised of non-viable areas and a portion of your existing served viable areas. That's the catch. Sino bang gustong pumasok sa tulong? Private investors. Sino bang gustong pumasok sa Lanao del Sur? Sino bang gustong pumasok sa Sigaw? He must be interested on the biggest performing sales electric cooperative in the country. Inumpisahan na si Matilik. Inumpisahan na si Dasurico, which is the third largest cooperative in the country. Inumpisahan na si Danico, which is the 12th largest electric cooperative in the country. Imposible nga Nganigo, which is the 7th largest electric cooperative I am representing, is not in the agenda of the investors. Definitely, it is now in the agenda. So, yan ang tanong kung ano talaga ang
Okay.
gusto ni Jose.
Thank you very much, Engineer na magkatkat, no? Yes, before GM Momot, no? Dalawa lang po yung sir, no? Ano ba talaga yung direction natin? We continue with the missionary electrification program or we convert into a stock profit-oriented distribution utility. Yun lang po, no? Okay, so final rejoinder from this topic and issue. No, we hear also from our President of Northern Mindanao Electric Cooperatives Region 10, GM Dialicas.
Thank you. Talking back of the solar para sa bayan, actually that House Bill intentions, no, to electrify or energize those unserved, underserved, remote areas and unviable areas. Those are really their intentions. But we were wondered why some other co-ops having 100% electrification level is also applied by Solar para sa Bayan Corporation, which is kami. Ano ba intensyon nila? Sabi nyo, papailaman namin yung mga area na unserved, underserved, remote areas, and yung mga unviable. Bakit ako doon sama doon sa bill? Na-applyan yung franchise na 100% level ang energization mo na. Nakakatawa. Thank you.
Thank you. That's actually your actual experience, no, President Ibkas. Okay, so at this point in time, yes, we hear another questions from our friends from media. Kindly state your name, ma'am, and agency that you are representing.
Good morning. I am Dom Ramos of 96.1 Infinite Radio, and I am also a writer, writing for Mantalaan, and sometimes naasa Sunstar for As far as I can understand, parang pinipigilan ni Cusi yung budget ninyo dahil susuportahan niya si Solar. Yun yung naintindihan ko. So, definitely yung bias ni Cusi, no? I'm sorry, DOE Secretary, parang very obvious. Well, but my question is, for the solar bill, can you enumerate to us, sino po yung mga authors nito, and are you going to, although I know na non-political po ang electric co-op supposedly, but are you going to recommend to the public these leaders who recommended the solar bill, or who authored, co-authored, and who supported? Can you enumerate to us? Parang na-flash lang kasi kanina.
Okay, meron ba tayong... Okay, yes, we have the President of Philreca, Sir Percy Dizos. Yes, sir?
Good morning again. Actually, when they started in lower house, konti lang sila. But dumami, I think 158 congressmen supported it without knowingly know kung ano talaga ang solar sa bayan. Okay, going back to the question of the gentleman kanina, sila lang ang may super franchise. Super franchise, which means they have the generation, distribution, and transmission. And we know for the fact na transmission is only NGCP. Generation, yung mga malalaking kumpanya, SMEC, Aboitiz, siya, kinompleto niya lahat. Parang sa kape, 3-in-1. Kinover niya lahat. And if you look at the chronological order, ang bilis. It's been railroaded talaga. So, yung tanong mo na ilan mga congressman, ayan na. Arthur Yap is the chairman of the franchise committee sa lower house, and Zamora was the other who supported it. And then Franz Alvarez, of course, as you know, is the congressman from Palawan. And doon, they tried to curve out yung El Nido and some parts of the Palawan Island. As you know, it's a tourist destination at malaki ang demand sa Palawan. So, if you look at that, they're only carving yung mga magagandang lugar. If they're really into total electrification, why don't they try the ARMM? Try nila yung mga 7 co-ops doon. Hanggang ngayon, hindi gumaganda because of the accessibility, yung access na road, security, at ang mga tao doon, ang alam, bigay sa kanila, libre talaga. Yun dapat ang pasukan. So I'm challenging the Solar ng Bayan and all the private distribution utilities. If you really have the guts o para sa tao, puntahan nyo yun. And then after electrifying those sa ARM, napaganda nyo, the collection efficiency, at saka ang kanilang mga electrification, napaganda nyo, then we talk kung ano talaga. But till now, kasi, you know, if you read between the line, the pronouncement of Secretary Cusi, talagang gusto niya mawala ng rural electrification. Kami mga electric co-ops, gusto niya privatize because it's favoring yung mga private. Yun lang.
Thank you very much, President Presley. Any rejoinder from our follow-up? Mayroon ka pang follow-up, ma'am? Okay, one follow-up.
Yes po. Seeing the background, madali lang kasi i-research si Cusi, no? We know for a fact na isa siya sa mga billionaire, yung isa sa mga mayayamang kabinete ni pinakamayaman, no? Isa sa pinakamayaman. And at the same time, sa background niya is more on nasa lining talaga ng mga mayayaman. Do you think this has something to do with the fact na parang nasa ano din siya, nasa part ng society na kumakamal ng salapi or more on ginansya kasi electric co-op more on survival lang eh. Although this is...
Okay.
Yes, President Presley.
Actually, if you know, Secretary Cusi used to work with appointees. Dati siya nagtrabaho doon, right? Am I right? Nagtrabaho siya dati. So just read between the line kung bakit. Yun lang. And any addition?
Kayo nang gumawa ng konklusyon. Okay.
There may be a lot of conspiracy theory regarding electrification. Kaya lang is, the government is still willing to provide us a fund. But here comes the guy who doesn't and refuses to receive additional funds. This is the first time in the history of the budget in Congress where a secretary refuses additional budget, while the rest of the secretary of different departments are scrambling for additional budget, here comes the guy who refuses. That's insanity. It's not stupidity. From that, ano mo tawag mo nun? Because he wants to appear that we failed in our mandate, and this is now the time for the oligarchs to invade our franchise area. The elite oligarch, which Cusi is a big member of it.
Thank you very much, Engineer Namagata.
I'm not hating oligarch because I myself is an oligarch.
That's quite an answer, no? Ma'am, are you satisfied now? Okay, so, yes? Yes, sir.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. Kuya Bad po ng TXT Agusan del Sur. Hinggil po sa Federica Board Resolution, yung declaring kay Energy Secretary Alfonso Gaba persona non grata. Pati na po dito pag sa agarang pagbaba niya sa pwesto po. Sa Federica po, may magagawa ho ba tayo na talagang ang magiging, kung sakaling bababa po siya sa pwesto, may magagawa ho ba ang Federica na yung talagang magiging DOE is ramdam yung hinaing ng ISIS at saka yung mga prioritization po regarding electrification program?
Thank you very much. Would like to answer that from the panel?
Well, in the past, there is still the part the previous DOE is very sympathetic to the plight of the electric cooperatives and fully understood the entire operation of the cooperative. And I'm not going to cite anybody here because I'm not in favor, because rural electrification has two nature. It is a socio-political in nature, and we do not want to favor the other guy because we want to disagree with the other guy. There are a lot of people.
Thank you. From who wants to rejoin? From our GMs? None? Okay. So, ang tanong po kanina is that may magagawa ba? Okay, meron. May addition po kayo, ma'am.
Actually, being the head of all the umbrella organization of the electric cooperatives, Silreca is here for the electric cooperatives. We really are lobbying for someone who will sit not only in DOE but all the regulatory agencies of the government, ERC, NEA, that would really understand the cause of the electric cooperatives. It would be easier if we can work with leaders who really understands the nature of the electric cooperatives, diba? So napakaganda hong makipagtrabaho sa mga taong nakakaintindi ng kausa ng electric cooperatives at member consumer owners. Here comes a secretary who does not even understand, who does not come to attend a request for dialogue from the ISIS. How can we settle our differences? How can we understand his point of view if in this simple request for dialogue hindi siya pumupunta? So just in case he will not really act on our request, on our call, the movement that we have, the 1EC MCO movement that we have, we will do something. And in fact, we are into signature campaigns, and we are really hoping that we will be going to the office of the President to air our side of the issue.
Okay, I think that's clear cut, sir. The answer is okay. Okay, thank you very much, GM Janine. Okay, so from another questions from media? Okay, yes, sir.
Resolution is everything, no? To Cusi. Ma'am, halimbawa, aabot ito sa Presidente ng Pilipinas. Siguro naman, ito po ang nasa tamang posisyon. Ang Electric Co-op mag-recommend na ipapalit doon sa tanggalin na si Cusi. Sino po kaya sa inyo?
First, ganda yung tanong mo. It's a good question. Actually, sa electric co-op, napakaraming magagaling, especially in the rank of the GMs. They know how to run the electric cooperatives. Ang problema, if you put somebody in DOE, kailangan ng mentality ng secretary to, when it comes to rural electrification, tanggalin niya yung profit side. Because rural electrification is talaga, para sa may hirap talaga yan. Ngayon, if you put a DOE, para sa mga oligarch na iniisip pagkakaperahan, hindi mag-work. Like for example, our Supremo, the administrator, ganyan, galing siyang, GM siya ng isang Buseco, naging administrator siya. Ang ganda. Because he has the heart and he knows the in and out of the rural electrification. Kaya dapat din lalagyan natin, will come from the rank of rural electrification. Also in ERC, same thing goes with the ERC. Pag walang galing doon, na galing sa rural, mahirap. Ang hirap, some of the electric co-ops, yung capex nila, it's been there for the last 5 years hanggang hindi po lumalabas. Ang hirap talaga ang pagdating. So, dapat may puso at naintindihan what's the program of rural electrification.
Thank you, President Presley. May rejoinder pa ba? Na panelists? Wala na? Dinner? Okay, that's it. So, mayroon pa bang tanong from our friends from media? Absorb na lahat? Mayroon pang tanong si Mr. Rocky. Go ahead, sir.
Last na lang, actually, parang hindi siya tanong eh. Kasi nakikita natin kanina, Cabsec Nograles, parang in favor, kasi insisting yung additional na budget. Why not, do you consider it na doon sa kanya din, magkakaroon kayo ng kakampi para mapalapit kay President Duterte?
Ayon na ang direksyon namin sa Federica na dapat kakarating sa Presidente yung advocacy ng libre cooperatives. At saka ako nagpasalamat sa media. Sana matulong din kayo na itong issue ng libre cooperatives para sa mga mahirap. Malaking tulong din kayo na makarating ito sa taas. But we are also working hard na makaabot ito kay Presidente. At tama ka kay Cabsec Nograles kasi dati siya chairman ng appropriation. Sinasabi niya, if you want to restore your budget, I will restore it now. Pero wala talaga eh. So ang saga ng akin, Congressman Nograles o Cabsec Nograles understood the plight of electric cooperatives. So tama ka dapat makarating doon sa kanya. Thank you for your suggestion.
Okay, so I think we have satisfied. Kung meron pa ba? One last from... Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Actually, yun po yung isa sa dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng ganitong pag-uusap. Hindi lang po para maliwanagan yung mga issues na bumabalot sa sektor ng mga electric cooperatives. Pero gusto na rin po natin na itong issue na ito ay maging concern ng lahat at may parating sa ating Pangulo. Dahil wala naman po tayong ibang ipinaglalaban, kundi sana makita yung totoong tinatayuan ngayon ng mga electric cooperatives. Lahat ho tayo, electric co-ops, lalo na ho yung ating mga member consumer owners, gusto natin na mapailawan lahat. Pero saan ka nga nakakakita ng ating ama na binabawasan naman yung ating pondo? Para bang in layman's language, papupuntahin ka sa isang sasabihin ito, puntahan mo lahat ito. O kaya papuntahin ka magipaglaban. Pero bibigyan ka lang ng limited na bala. Paano ka magiging successful? At tatanungin sa'yo at bibigyan ka pa ng mandato na dapat lahat ng sityo ay dapat bigyan mo ng kuryente. Pero binabawasan naman yung iyong budget. Merong mga concern ng mga kongresista natin, si Congressman Nograles. Yung mga kongresista na nga ang nagbibigay ng tip na baka gusto mo i-restore natin yung pondo mo para makumpleto mo yung mandato ng mga electric cooperatives. Pero siya mismo ang umayaw. At hindi lang yun, talagang hindi lang isa, dalawa, tinatlo pa. Nirekomenda pa na tanggalin. I-cancel yung franchise ng 17 electric co-ops at kumampi pa sa solar para sa bayan. Tapos ang sisisihin mga electric co-op. Huwag ko sana natin kalimutan na mula sa kulpa, nung sinimulan natin ang electric or rural electrification, mga electric cooperatives ay partner na ng gobyerno para mapalaganap ang ilaw sa lahat ng barangay. Marami na akong nasakripisyo dito. Ako, magti-20 years na rin nasa electric co-op. Sa electric co-op namin, nakita ko kung paano magsumikap yung mga tao namin doon. May mga buhay nang nabuwis dito. Pero bakit naman ngayon, hindi man lang nila ma-recognize
yung mga nagawa na ng electric cooperative. Sana, para makamit natin yung total electrification, tulungan yung mga electric cooperatives, hindi ipilit. Kaya ito ho, binaglalaban ho natin. Kaya kami ho ay nandito rin para sana itong mga issues na to ay maliwanag sa atin at may parating natin sa ating mahal na Pangulo para sana sa madaling panahon ay ma-resolve na natin ito at sana mabigyan talaga natin ng totoong serbisyo ng lahat ng ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na sa mga rural areas. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, President Valdez. No? So, before you, General Noli, no, may we also hear from our President from PubDec. She came all the way from Luzon. No? So, maybe also hear her part no, for this dialogue with our Secretary of the Department of Energy. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Actually, I came from the northernmost part of Luzon, Apari. That is where the Cagayan 2 Electric Cooperative is. Well, I just want to tell DOE Secretary that he cannot avoid the issues that we are all talking about. He has to face PhilReca. He has to answer whatever questions we are raising. Lahat ng kailangan niyang i-explain, kailangan explain niya sa atin. Huwag siyang basta na lang ayaw pumansin, di ba? Parang walang pansin lang eh. Until when are we going to, shall we just be staring at each other's back dahil ayaw niyang humarap sa atin? So he has to face us. Harapin niya tayo. Hindi pwede ito. Kailangan makipag-usap siya sa atin na mag-meet tayo isang araw, harapin niya tayo at sagutin niya lahat ang kailangang sagutin para maliwanagan natin lahat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Eda Antiporta, no? So, it's quite an answer. So,
Edna, pwede ba rin to end up doon?
Yes,
Sinasabi ni
yes, President Ibgas.
Guys, kami na sinasabi, sumulat tayo kay Secretary Cusi to have a dialogue here sa Davao as a neutral ground. So nakarating sa kanya. Ang sabi niya, why not come to my office? This is a government office. If that is a government office and you are working with the government, the government is for the people, by the people, and to the people. Why not bringing the government closer to the people and wherein the electric cooperatives demand is your presence? Pinaglaruan lang tayo. So yun lang. No? Ang komentaryo ko lang doon sa sinasabi niya. Why not bringing the government closer to the people? Wherein you are serving as a secretary for an energy. We are also working for electrification in our rural areas. There's no substitute of having a good and harmonious relationship except to face each other. To answer squarely all the issues and concerns. But sad to know, I am also a victim of his not coming here. Wala akong tulog dumating. Umalis ako sa Cagayan sa 6 o'clock in the evening kagabi. Nakarating ako 4:30 ng umaga dito. So yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Ibgas. Before we terminate this, before we terminate this one, maybe allow also the panelists to talk, no? First, before you press GM Lapot, we have first Engineer Noli.
Hello, Mike. I hope everybody realize that we are now the last stage. We are now the last critical distance of our electrification. Meaning the last critical distance, topography is very difficult, construction is very difficult, and it is increasingly unviable. Meaning the last critical distance for electrification is more expensive to the government and the electric cooperative. Unviable naman siya. So, because of probably the financial constraints that the government is facing and the presence also of the emerging new technology, this warrants re-examination of the classic main grid approach to rural electrification. That's why the DOE now is directing its policy for a more innovative means of an alternative to bring electricity to the people. But Cusi is making one step in advance ahead. The government, through Congress and NIA, should have expressed that the government can no longer support. Kung hindi makasupport ng gobyerno, then we have to face it. Because the government has no more money. But this time, still our congressmen are even forcing for restoration and additional budget. Meaning Cusi is stepping far ahead of what is supposedly done. If the government so declares, and Congress so declares that there's no more fund, then let's sit down together with the Department of Energy and talk about how are you going to pursue 100% and total electrification with other options, less cost options rather than the main grid. Unless Congress so explicit that it can no longer fund for the rural electrification. I think there is always a 90-10 ratio and proportion for every relationship. Whether it is a relationship with your mother, it is a relationship with your mother, a relationship with your sweetheart or your neighbors or your business, it is always 90-10. 10%, usually the cause of the problem is what is the problem. But in this case here, 90% is who is the problem. God is so brilliant that He created man with 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we listen twice as we talk. Think of it. What if God created us with 2 mouths and 1 ear?
Okay, thank you, Engineer Namagkatkat. So we hear also from the President of Region 9, Electric Cooperative, GM Lapot.
Ang tanong kanina, mayroon ba tayong mga taong mapapalit? Siguro, mas maganda yung tao na mayroong heart, mayroong mind, at saka mayroong body for the electric cooperative, and especially to the member consumer. That's number 1. Number 2, siguro tingnan naman ni Cusi ngayon yung problema sa Mindanao, especially tag-init. Because NGCP is always calling some electric cooperative to curtail. Kahit na mayroong sobra na power dyan sa Pulaki at saka sa Agos. At sinasabi pa parati, ay sabi ng PISAM, curtail kayo. Tinatawagan mo yung PISAM. Sabi ng PISAM, wala kami paki dyan. Saan tayo, pare? Nandito pa rin tayo sa Davao. Yun ang magiging, yan ang titingnan. DOE Secretary, sana yan, sana niya sa titingnan niya. Sana, tingnan niya yung member consumer and they will suffer. Para sa akin, negosyo nito eh. Ito ginagawa ng NGCP. Ano is NGCP? Sino may-ari? Hindi naman siguro, pero ewan ko lang, tanungin na nyo sila kung sino. No? Pero, yan ang nangyayari ngayon. We were called NGCP called up last Saturday na magkukurtail kami ng 14 megawatt. Sabi ng nominator, sabi, you call up GM Lapot. Hindi ba ako tinawagan? Ako tumawag, ayaw sagutin. Kasi, aywan ko lang, baka akala na galit na ako. Siguro sa salita pa lang, baka galit na ako. Kaya sabi ko, huwag niyo i-curtail. Wala namang ginawa naman. Sabi ko, tamang-tama yung nomination natin. We were given 30 megawatt by DISAM, and we nominated 30 megawatt, and they give us 20 megawatt. Pinakurtail kami ng 10 megawatt, pero mayroon kaming extra supply. Diba? Bakit ganon? Nangyayari ito sa Mindanao. Hindi lang siguro sa Dipolog. Sa Buanga, I think, 3 hours. Nagkukurtail sila. Aywan, sa Samsoreco 1 also. I'm just representing the 400 member consumer owner of Region 9. Itong kausa natin ngayon. Tell Cusi.
That could be the work of the media. Okay, so before, yes, yes sir, we will be giving the panelists to also, before we terminate, no? Isa-isa, magsalat for final comments, okay? The servers from Ma'am Eva, then papunta na doon, then we will terminate. Kung wala nang tanong. You're from the AC, sir? Yes. Okay.
I'm Douglas Corpus from Dasurico, DOD. Ang tanong ko ma'am, ito ba ang pinakauna na dialogue na we invite Secretary Cusi?
Ma'am Janine?
Yes, this is the first dialogue that PhilReca has requested from our secretary.
So, pangalawang tanong po, mayroon pa bang dialogue na gagawin ninyo na i-invite si Secretary Cusi sa Visayas or sa Luzon area?
As of now, we are still, we cannot say about the schedule, but we are open for a dialogue with Secretary Cusi.
Kasi po, naumpisahan tayo ng dialogue, dapat gagawin natin from Mindanao, Visayas at saka Luzon. Kasi po, ang mga elektriko hindi lang nasa Mindanao, na mayroon din tayo sa Visayas at sa Luzon. So therefore, we will make it a dialogue whole Philippines, Mr. Ma'am. Kasi po, naumpisahan na dapat gawin na natin ito kasi ito po ang pinakamagandang paraan na kung si Secretary Cusi ay hindi aatin ng tatlong dialogue na gagawin natin. So therefore, Secretary Cusi is guilty. Thank you, ma'am.
We will consider your suggestion, but I believe Luzon Visayas is represented in this body because we have our leaders from Luzon Visayas. But nonetheless, we are stating that we are open for dialogue with our secretary.
Yes, sir.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. I am Armando Pedregosa, DOD, Cotelco. Lahat ng mga sinasabi natin, hinaing masakit ang ating dibdib sa kay Secretary Cusi. Yung problema natin, tayo lang ang nakakaalam, not Secretary Cusi. When we met in Iloilo, I am the sponsor of the resolution. Ang tanong ko lang po, kung napasa na ba natin yung resolution natin to Cusi? Kasi isa yun sa malakas na ground natin, no? Para kay Presidente, natanggal din na si Cusi. Kasi lahat ng mga sinasabi natin, hindi na mabawi yan ni Cusi. Cusi cannot retract his statement in the Congress, no? So ano pa? Ano pang dakdak na natin ng dakdak dito? Gawin na natin ang nararapat para kay Cusi para mabigyan na tayo ng hustisya. Yan ang po gagawin natin. Kasi, for me, no, this is spending money of the consumer. Tapos tipon tayo ng tipon. Tapos kung wala man lang din tayong magawa para kay Cusi, it's useless. So, dito pala ngayon, gagawin na natin ang dapat, nararapat na gawin natin. Kasi masakit ang loob natin kay Cusi, hindi na yan mababawi. Hindi na yan. Ako sa area ko, ma'am, sabihin ko sa inyo, marami pa ako, kasi hinterland ako, marami pa ang sityo ko na hindi na-energize. If Cusi enjoys electricity, iwan ko kung mabuhay yan, kung patirahin natin sa buhay.
Patirahin natin, sir. Okay,
maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes,
actually, tama po si sir. Lahat po ng concerns natin in writing, not only press releases, but we have it in writing. All of these concerns were forwarded to the Office of the Secretary. Why are we doing this dialogue? For due process. Kung ano yung ginawa niya sa atin, hindi natin ibabalik na ganun. We go through the due process. So after due process, we call for a dialogue, no answer, then we proceed with another action. At least hindi niya sasabihin na hindi natin pinakinggan ang kanyang side. Katulad ng ginagawa niya sa atin, na he's endorsing a lot of actions against the ECs without even consulting the electric cooperative. So kung ano yung ginagawa sa atin, ibabalik natin sa kanya ng tama.
Thank you very much, Jim Janine. So, wala na bang tanong from our friends from media? Kung wala na, may we have the final word also from the panelists before we wrap up things.
Yes. Magandang umaga ulit sa ating lahat. Sa ngayon, meron tayong PhilReca the Philippine Rural Electric Cooperative Association. Napakalakas ng ating PhilReca ngayon. Kaya ang ating nang dapat gawin ay magkaisa tayong lahat para maipakita natin sa Department of Energy Secretary kung gaano tayo kalakas at kung paano natin siya lalabanan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Antiporda. Yes, Engineer Goya.
Well, first of all, thank you to the organizers, to our PhilReca for this. It's so sad na yung subject natin wala dito.
The very subject.
Hindi natin ilabas lahat yung gusto natin ilabas. Kaya we hope that, and also, I am with the observation of GM Lapon that now in Mindanao, we are experiencing load shedding. No? And to me personally, this is only a drama of our oligarchs. No? To put the electric cooperatives down so that consumers will be angry with us. So they're creating temporary problem para yung mga tao magalit sa electric cooperative. So, hindi po totoo na walang tubig sa lake na daw. No? Hindi po totoo na si Agos and Pulangi wala na. And sabay-sabay yung mga coal plant na mini-maintain. Bakit kaya? So these are things that they have to answer also. And DOE para bingin, hindi niya alam yung nangyayari sa mga power generation. As I have known, maintenance for a coal plant is scheduled. May schedule yan. Hindi basta-basta may shutdown lang yan. Mayroon siyang timetable, mayroon siyang scheduled maintenance. Bakit hindi na follow yung schedule, approve. So these are things to disturb and to create problem with the electric cooperatives. And I hope that we are all ready about this, because to me now, right now, we are running our embedded generator without charging our customers, just to maintain our voltage level. So medyo critical, anyway, 4 months na lang, no? 4 months na lang para bago tayo siguro maka-retaliate na every retaliation that we have to do. So yun lang, thank you, and magandang tanghali po.
Thank you, Engineer Goya. May we hear from our President from the Association of Mindanao Rural Electric Co-op, Ma'am Cora Colliantes.
I know some of us are very impatient that we should go to the President agad-agad. But we are going on a process. It might be difficult. It might be long. We are going on a process na we should, Secretary Cusi should be heard, we should be heard, like holding this dialogue. Do not be impatient. We will be there. No? That is why we are doing this slowly but surely. Thank you very much.
Yes, Attorney Janine.
Yes, in behalf of PhilReca, we would like to thank everyone for coming over, especially the media partners who are here. Thank you very much for spending time with us, and I hope we have conveyed clearly our sentiments as the electric cooperatives and the organizations that we have. Isa lang ho ang masasabi ko, ang DOE ho, tinitingala ho yan ng electric cooperatives bilang tatay. Tatay at kami ang mga anak. Saan ka ho makakakita ng tatay na kung totoo na may naghihirapan sa mga electric cooperatives na kanyang anak, ipapamigay mo na ba agad-agad? Hindi mo ba dapat sila tulungan para umangat? Yan lang ho ang tanong namin kay Secretary Cusi. Ibibigay niyo ho kami agad-agad. So ano ho ang ina-expect niyo sa aming mga electric cooperatives? We are here to stand our ground. We are here to say na hindi ho kami pinapamigay. Kailangan ho namin lumaban, not para sa aming mga electric cooperatives, but para ho sa ating member consumer owners. We believe that with electric cooperatives, non-stock, non-profit, we will provide cheap electricity rate than being provided by the private for-profit electric companies.
Thank you very much, Attorney Janine. Yes, Engineer Nabagatan.
I think there is a criteria report that must be exercised in order to synchronize the program with other developmental programs of the government, but it doesn't happen. probably the remaining question, the challenge is, who is going to exercise that leadership? Is it DOE? Is it NEA? Is it Congress? Is it Senate? Or is it pulang araw? We do not know. But what? Patay na si Kadro, apoy? Patay na si Nono. So what is important is that we are here because we want to make noise. So
we want to be heard.
Noise to be heard right there up in heaven. Meaning, yung nasa taas. The PE ninyo carries the news about the proposed dialogue. And the same news agency carries also the press release of President. As a matter of fact, on the 9th, this day, he had a different appointment meeting with the private utility somewhere. Ngayong araw na ito, he's also meeting, the same news agency carries the news that he is meeting with the private utilities. It's still about 100% electrification in the country. Baka magsumbong siya doon. For the entire period of human existence, from the time of Adam and Eve 10,000 years ago, there were 108 quadrillion people born on this planet. Can you imagine 108 quadrillion? Have you counted 100 quadrillion? 100 quadrillion, but there is only one man who rewarded the people with the gift of life and salvation. I hope in this room, out of those 108 quadrillion born this planet, there is one man who is going to save the electrification movement in this country. Pamaki po niyo.
Thank you very much, President Noli. Yes, may we hear also from the President of Telrega, President Presley.
Thank you, Ma'am Edna. To our media friends, thank you very much for coming over. I hope what you heard today is the truth, and I hope you can cascade that to the listeners of your program, or your whether in print or radio. Being the president of the RECA, I have the duty and moral obligations not to allow not even one of the electric cooperatives to be given away. Not in our time. For sure, as you see, the whole electric cooperatives are united as one. Hindi kami papayag na isa sa amin mapamigay, because for the last 50 years, we've been doing our job, our moral obligations to the member consumer owners, and we will do so for the next 50 years again. Thank you very much, at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you very much, President Presley. May we hear also the Chairman of INSECO, Director Rodrigo Sacdor.
Sabi kanya ni J. Mobot, why not bring the government closer to the people? Sabi ko naman, if you're a government official, it is a public trust. And it should not be a private trust.
Kaligat yun. Okay. From President Valdez. Yes, sir?
Kaya muli po maraming salamat po sa ating lahat, lalo po yung nag-organize nito. This is a very good opportunity for us to be heard, not only within us, but also with the media. At sana, itong mga napakinggan natin ngayon, ay malaman o sana ng lahat, may parating natin sa mga kasama natin. At huwag natin kalimutan ang ipinaglalaban natin dito ay karapatan at biyaya para sa ating mga member consumer owners at sa mga electric cooperatives. Magtulungan po tayo para matupad po natin yung total electrification na gusto natin gawin lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much. We will also hear from the President of Normeca, GM Vidcas. Before we terminate this open forum.
All I can say, please lend your hand. I believe that we can do our fight and we can remove Cusi, for there will be a message that electric cooperatives are one of the contributors for the building of our nation. There's no such thing as rural development without having rural electrification. And it's give them also a message. Pag si Cusi napaalis natin for the upcoming Secretary of DOE, hindi na lang basta tayo i-underestimate. Kagaya ganito ngayon. Panawagan ko sa lahat. As President Presley said, united we stand, and divided we fall. Please lend your hand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Igaz. No? So at this point in time, we will terminate the question and answer portion of our conference at exactly 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 40 seconds. So thank you very much from our friends from media. No? And thank you also for coming over. We will request also the GM, no, to stay put, no, because mayroon pa kayong meeting with GM Janine of Tibreka.
Okay, so thank you sa lahat ng mga katanungan na ibinato ngayong araw na to as part ng dialogue with DOE Secretary Alfonso Gaba Cusi, no? Even if it's not here. But of course, yung mga katanungan na nabigyan ng kalinawan, of course. Thank you sa cooperation from our friends of the media na naging smooth ang program, of course, together with our panelists na nasagot yung mga questions being raised ngayong araw. And to summarize, no, some salient points underscored that ngayong araw. So, let's welcome the Lexicon President, Sir Jonathan Leiza.
Parang walang palakpak kasi desmayado tayo lahat. Okay, but anyway, we once again welcome you to the dialogue with the DOE Secretary Alfonso G. Cusi, #Cusi No Show. Okay, so to wrap up everything, I just would like to share, when we are covering the Facebook Live via Lexicon page, the League of Easy Information and Communication Officers nationwide, medyo na-struck yung attention ko in one of the comments. Sinabi, nagmahal, iniwan, nasaktan na naman ang mga ISIS. Okay, medyo quite malalim, may hugot, pero the fight doesn't stop. Okay? There were 13 media practitioners from radio, print, and TV who attended. There were 80 employees, board of directors, and general managers from the 121 electric cooperatives who responded. We have shown this to our Facebook Live. As of 11:23, in a span of an hour, we have 193 shares, 1,720 engagements, likes, and comments, and it had reached more than 10,119 people. A manifestation that indeed, we are a one MCO movement. There were 3 issues raised before we had the conference proper. Number 1 is the budget cut, the Asian budget cut, na talagang inaalarma ng mga ISIS because primarily it's the mandate of the national government to energize the far-flung areas, and it's not the responsibility of the EC na para gastos na tayo ang gagastos for that cause. Second issue, we have this endorsement of solar para sa Bayan Corporation, or the House Bill 8179, and that actually also struck the attention of all ECs. And lastly, the cancellation of the 17 electric cooperative franchise, which eventually kinancel din and revoke yung submission. Okay, parang tinakot at binawi. Okay, so upon hearing these issues, various questions were raised from our media practitioners in which they were enlightened and also understood the plight of the electric cooperatives And saying that you are with us, no, you are with us in this fight, and also other general managers, board of directors, and ECs, okay, also give light to this cause, to this situation, at na-impart yun sa mga media practitioners, and they were even, how do you call this, they truly understand now the life, and at the same time, the principle by operation about the electric cooperatives. So medyo mahirap, no, na hindi napakinggan, but on the affirmative side, naging maganda rin, ano, so far nawala siya because lahat ng questions without reservations. No? Pero nakita sa media yan. Okay, so yung mga nag-question kanina, okay, nakita yon ni Secretary Cusi. No? So abangan niya kayo sa inyong mga EC. But anyway, so this to move forward, no, everything will wrap up. This is the one that the challenge right now, no? Na kahit kaunti lang naman ho tayo dito ng nag-attend, by the power of the social media, by the power of our media platforms, it is still believed that pen is still mightier than a sword. So we can be able to present our views, our sentiments, and the fight continues. Kung hindi man ho nag-attend si Cusi on this dialogue, I believe PhilReca also has the plan and the next plan, and EC is just waiting for that, and still we will be supporting that advocacy and that cause. So to one and all, thank you so much for being with us. So welcome once again to the dialogue with the DOE Secretary Alfonso Gaba Cusi, #Cusi No Show. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sir Jonathan Leiza, sa pag-wrap up ng mga nangyari ngayong araw. So we are about to end our program here at Grand Regal Hotel in Davao, and we hope that with this event we can spread through the media outlets of course, our media friends, probably Tri Media, especially the importance of the electric cooperatives. So this time, let us hear a closing message from Attorney Janine Kulingan, PhilReca General Manager. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
So again, in behalf of PhilReca, 92 West, and all the other allied organizations, we thank you for coming over, and thank you for your attentiveness and your active participation in this dialogue. At kahit na wala yung ating ka-dialogue, at least we had you to have a dialogue with. And at least you have heard the side of the electric cooperatives. As member consumers, na tayo rin ho, member consumer owners, alam ho natin kung saan ho tayo ngayon at saan ho tayo patutungo. Rest assured that our electric cooperatives will be working together hand in hand with your organization so as to protect the gains of rural electrification and to provide quality service sa ating mga member consumer owners. Maraming salamat ho ulit at magandang hapon po. At magandang tanghali pala.
Okay, so the dialogue with the DOE Secretary Alfonso Gaba Cusi is over, and thank you so much for coming, and picture taking muna, no, before lahat, okay? So requesting everyone to please proceed here. Dito na lang, okay, sa baba for the picture taking. But before that, no, thank you sa lahat ng mga general managers and board of directors, no? All general managers of SEMECA and SEMRECA, all the cooperatives in Region 11, Region 12, thank you. And to the organizers, and thank you sa ADMEC officers, Lexical President, to Ma'am Mary Ann, Sir Ferdinand Canastra, Ma'am Elisa Robante, Ma'am April Arnie Mangkikis, to Sir Jeronimo De Sesto, Sir Jerry Morastil, Engineer Edsel Lurica, Sir Janelle Ryan Dinolo, Sir Ferdinand, and sa lahat ng lexicon officers. And salamat to Sir Francis, umailing sa lahat, and to Sir Paul Pineda of PhilReca, maraming salamat. And so, okay, so lahat daw ng working committee muna ang mag-picture with the panelists.
Ay,
Okay.
Sama tayo mo. Sir, Roger. Dira ko kay yellow ko. Kulay, kuan? Kulay.
So next na picture sa stage ang lahat ng mga general managers and the board of directors. Sige po, lahat po ng ating mga general managers and board of directors. And mga department managers para isahan nila. Okay, after.
Sapnot. Sapnot.
Sige, yung mga ano pa. Kasya naman, pwede naman sa baba. Ayan. Sige, lahat na lang, no?
Sorry tayo dito.
Sige. So may mga placards, no? So kung hindi tayo makapag-rally sa mga streets, so magra-rally tayo sa social media. So it will be posted, no, sa ating social media accounts.